Let's get it.
What up, y'all? Rambling Raiders podcast, y'all.
The technology almost worked perfectly, but we had to go through one live stream and it screwed up on us. So we had to start a new one. Thanks for tuning in. If you are just joining us,
I'm gonna go ahead and start this bad boy too while we're at it. We got a little dual recording going on as far as YouTube and Audacity, so you're gonna be able to listen to this content. You're gonna be able to view this content any way you want it. We got it for you. But yeah, welcome back, guys. Welcome to our Rambling Raiders talk, man. Nick's about to pull up our feed so we can, look at any questions we might have. But, as Marshall Erickson once said in How I Met Your Mother, like, you can't let the machines win. And right now it was Nick and Jackson versus the machine. And I like to say we came out victorious, baby. We weren't going to let the machines win. Here we are. I know everybody's getting ready for the, Bama versus Georgia college football national championship game. Should be a good one. I got a little money riding on Bama money line. So sweet home Alabama. Nick Saban, take me home and let's check, cash out and, get that bank account up a little bit. But yeah, man, we're here to talk about the Kansas game. We want to do a recap of that while also just kind of a little check-in on the season thus far for basketball. We're going to talk about quad one wins.
that's a new term I just learned.
Yeah, that's a quad one win is a thing that we're going to be discussing and something that we're really dialed into and keyed in on now. So a lot to discuss that we're excited about. Nick, let me go ahead. We'll give it a little bit more time to let people kind of trickle in here to the YouTube feed. We put it up on Twitter and on Instagram, so we're going to let everyone file in before we really get going here.
Here, I know what we could do.
And have some questions asked.
Go ahead and take the link from YouTube, and I'll put it on our Twitter.
I think that's an astute observation, a great idea.
I'll put it on Instagram too, because we can put links in our stories now.
Let's just blast it out, man. We're going to do a full send, full blast off. We have a nice little pocket shots of Crown Royal Black and some Bombay Sapphire. Very contrasting liquors for two very simpatico Rambling Raiders. So we'll see who takes what if it is requested of us. But yeah, it's been a long day, and we had a great episode earlier with Austin Massey that will be coming out tomorrow morning. Y'all don't want to miss that. He gave some great insight on recruiting, on the state of the Big 12, who's up, who's down, who's playing well, who's overrated, and who might be a dark horse to win this conference, win the whole thing. A lot of great. If you're a college basketball fan, if you're a Big 12 fan, and if you're a Texas Tech fan, it was absolutely great insight from a true insider with all things Texas Tech sports. So definitely check out Austin Massey, the interview with Austin Massey coming up. Check him out too, whether, if you want to just do it, check him out when you see him. He's a good looking guy. If you want to, check him out on Twitter and on his write-ups and all of the content that he releases, do what you got to do, because Austin is definitely a must follow when it comes to the Texas Tech community and Texas Tech content. I'm going to run through our intro, Nick.
Go ahead, baby.
If you think that's a good idea, man. Cheers. First off,
They're
really glad to have Nick back. He can see his nickname, so it's not going to be as funny.
It's funny to people that haven't heard it.
Yeah, I'm going to block it for him so he can't see. But this is the Rambling Raiders podcast, some premium Texas Tech content with the occasional laugh. Episode 134, Down Goes Kansas. We are powered by Guns Up Nation and a part of the Guns Up Nation podcast network. Be sure to check out all affiliates and all outlets that Guns Up Nation is involved in and the work that they do for fans, Texas Tech fans. And joining me for the first time in, I believe, one or two episodes, because he's been down with the sickness a little bit, is our boy, the one and only Rambling Raider, cohort, Rambling Raider founder, and just a Rambling Raider connoisseur, man, Rambling Raider aficionado, Nick Immunized Thompson. There it is. I was about to say, I'm going to mess up the pronunciation. Nick Immunized Thompson. This man is very combative against COVID-19.
That's right. That's right. Second stint around for COVID, just beat it. But technically, I tested positive. My girlfriend tested negative. No, other way around. I tested negative. She tested positive. Somehow, we both got sick with the same thing. So, government conspiracies. It was a free rapid test. I don't know.
Ooh, they might have.
Are they pumping up their numbers?
Are they pumping up their numbers? Are they inserting on the test? Are they giving people Omicron because it's less severe? We don't know, but hey, if you listen to enough Joe Rogan, man, we will go down that rabbit hole eventually on the conspiracy front. But no, dude, you are pretty immunized. But I gotta say, shout out to my man, Coach Harvey. He's a Deer Lease legend. You know, dad of one of my best men at my wedding, besides Hot Takes with Laney Cakes, longtime Red Raider, Ramblin' Raider, and friend of the pod, Nolan Harvey.
He'll get a shout out every now and
then. Oh yeah, his dad, dude. He's gotten every vaccine and booster you can get. He got COVID, original, Delta, and Omicron.
Wait, seriously?
Yes, and he's gotten every vaccine, every booster. He is, by definition, the most immunized person maybe on the face of the planet. So whatever, I mean,
his body must be turning into a COVID virus.
At this point, like, they need to extract his blood and do some tests, give it out to the public, because he is fully immunized, and he's free of COVID for now. So
until the next variant.
Apparently until the next variant, then he's a shoo-in to definitely get the next variant.
My God.
Guys, social media, obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, our YouTube channel is just Ramblin' Raiders Media. Make sure you drop us a sub, and we're going to start putting out more live content and implementing visuals into the content that we provide our followers. We have our Instagram at Ramblin' Raiders, Twitter at Ramblin' Raiders, and our Facebook page, Ramblin' Raiders Podcast. We're great about putting out graphics, bringing everybody up to speed on current events for any kind of Texas Tech news that you might be looking for. And
speaking of which,
personal news.
Speaking of which, Sadar Calhoun, bye.
No more. Portal. He's Audi 500, no?
I felt for the young man. He comes in and he doesn't, he didn't earn the minutes to play, but, he wasn't out there too much. He didn't get too much PT and wasn't playing very well. So I don't know if he got kicked off the team or if he's leaving on his own accord, but yeah. Sadar Calhoun.
I just got a text real quick. Also, shout out to our boy Carrington, who was, wheeling and dealing at the bachelor party in Scottsdale. He'll be in attendance on February 19th. And he's a longtime Red Raider, was there cutting up with us whenever we were at Texas Tech. He said, moving on up in the rankings, think we have a chance for the upset tomorrow in Baylor, in Waco against Baylor. So if we win, right there, Carrington called a shot, dude. He called a shot. He's saying we're going to beat Baylor. We'll see. Vegas has it at 12.5. I disagree. I think it'll be closer than that because the boys are back unless the half of the team that didn't have COVID at Iowa State, unless they got COVID, and now we're down, 7 guys again, but we'll see. Website, ramblinraiders.com, y'all. 10% of our merch goes to a charity of the month. This month we are going to give to a local Lubbock charity, and I've been super busy and swamped. I haven't had a chance to research and kind of weigh our options through. We had a bunch of great submissions for local charities that actually we want to bet on Texas Tech's football season over under how many they were going to have. We said they were going to have more than 4 wins. He had 4.5. A nice young gentleman out in California said it was going to be less than 4.5. He's given $300 to a local Lubbock charity. We just got to pick out which one. And whatever charity we decide to give to, 10% of our merch sales from our website, again, ramblinraiders.com, will go to that organization as well. So be on the lookout for that. We have our write-ups on there, episodes downloadable straight from the website. We have our apparel, as I just mentioned, and pictures and mission statements and everything you need to know about Ramblin' Raiders Media. That's our intro, man. And we've given enough time for people to file in. If you're in the thread, in the chat, go ahead and ask some questions if you'd like to, as we get ready here and talk a little bit about that big beatdown, that upset dub that we got. And is it an upset? I don't know. I mean, really, we kind of were leading the whole game, and really Texas Tech was hitting on all cylinders and out. They were better prepared, I should say. I'm trying to phrase this right. Kansas was out coached by Texas Tech's Mark Adams. Bill Self didn't know what hit him. and you could tell by the red coloration that completely took up his entire face throughout the duration of the game. But yeah, man, we're talking Texas Tech beats down Kansas here, and we're gonna do a little checkpoint on the season. Nick, I'm going to start with you because you actually got to watch this game in its entirety. I'm going to get to my side of that in a minute here. What did you think, man, about that win, and what kind of statement does that make? Where does that put Texas Tech right now?
Man, what a statement it does make, Jackson. What a game. Great Saturday afternoon basketball.
Fans aren't even back yet. Students aren't even back yet.
But it was a packed house, and we were there early, like for the spring semester. We were there by this time, so we
were back.
There was enough students there to fill out the house, along with season ticket holders and just general admission tickets coming out to this game. And man, coming off a close game against Iowa State where we only had 7 guys on the roster, you could feel a great sense of confidence coming into this game with the Magnificent Seven. We didn't know who was going to be able to play in this game. I think Mark Adams even said in the presser before, is like, whoever shows up, whoever can play is going to play. But all 7 of the guys that played against Iowa State, they carried over momentum, because they did. Although we lost, they did build some momentum coming in from the Iowa State game, almost winning that game on the road with 7 guys. I mean, my God, they carried it over into this home matchup, the home environment. Fans showed out. Just wow. 3 guys I just want to highlight real quick. Santos Silva.
Uh-oh. What do we got?
3 guys a work call that I just ignored.
Hey, don't they know it's 7 o'clock? It's your time. It's pod time now. I mean, come on. Coworkers got to understand this is our time. This is Texas Tech's fandoms, like Texas Tech fanatics time.
That's right. I got to make sure we're still live because I don't know.
Oh, did we get cut off?
Oh, we're good.
All right.
We're good.
We're back.
Let's see it. Thumbs up. Delayed effect. Thumbs up. There it is.
Yeah.
All right. We're live still. But just okay. Iowa State game. Mm-hmm. The Magnificent Seven carried over the momentum. We got back Bacho. Who else came back in this game?
We had Malik Wilson play.
Wilson's back from injury, and maybe one other guy came back.
We had keep going. I'll think up.
I can't think of his name, but I mean these guys came in and they performed.
No, that was it. Yeah,
they performed. Whenever I got that call, I wanted to highlight Santos Silva, Marcus Williams, and Adolny. They're the X factors in this game. Williams has Kansas's number. If you go back to last year against when he was on UTEP, he had 23 points and 13 rebounds against Kansas.
He's Kansas' daddy.
I think he had 18 points in this game. Nadolny showing that he's a veteran guy. He's a guy that's been on the team and in the program for quite some time now, at least 2 years, this being his 3rd year. And he knows how to run the offense. He knows how to run the defense. He knows how to run this team and be a leader. And Nadolny stepped up in this game. Man, Santos Silva played his heart out and played out of his mind, feeding off the rest of our momentum. The defense, just street dog defense, no middle defense, was stellar, absolutely stellar. They only had 3 guys in double figures.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is a Kansas team that only had 3 guys in double figures. That's a testament to our defense. Shout out to Mark Adams, who's the orchestrator of that defense. And it seemed that at every point in this game, when Kansas seemed to maybe gain a little momentum, maybe gain a little bit of traction to get back into this game, we had the answer. Yeah. We had the answer, whether it be a defensive rebound that was huge. I know Banner had a great one towards the end, or a charge, or a 3, Malik Wilson with a 3 towards the end of the game. We always had something to answer, and that's what put us over the top in this game. It was Mark Adams' defense and his game planning first and foremost, but it was our execution of being able to get back into it when we get a little momentum shift towards Kansas, get back into it with big play, and that's how you win ball games.
Nick, I love everything you just said, and I apologize to our viewers, the ones that are actually watching me struggle to. I guess Jim.
I was distracted.
I guess this Bombay, that they just don't want you to actually consume the, the great elixir of life that is within the bottle. But to your point, Nick, a couple things that I took away from this game. One, I didn't get to take away as much as I'd like to because I was actually sitting in the deer blind out in Yancey, Texas. Shout out Medina County. Some of the greatest deer known to West Texas, known to Central Texas out there in Medina County. I was sitting in the deer blind. The reception's not great. I watched the entire first half, and to Nick's point, defense was on point. We had guys step up and contribute offensively in a way that they hadn't prior to this game that I was very impressed with. But we were battling, we were rolling with the punches, to Nick's point. And I think that's a testament of a team that's growing, that's building character when you can get punched in the mouth. Because Kansas, late in that game, they came on a charge. I mean,
They did.
They started hitting threes. Abaji started hitting threes, and they had guys scoring.
Brown came alive a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that was a true Goliath versus Goliath, slug match. Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, dude. Is that right? Foreman? George Foreman?
Yeah.
Ali, I know it's Foreman,
know
but
if Foreman
I'm thinking
ever-
George Foreman Grill. No, he was George Foreman. No, well now we got to look that up. Ali versus Holyfield. No,
That was a matchup. That did happen.
That is it. Okay, we'll do Ali. I'm pretty sure it's George Foreman, but I'm going to have to check myself on that. Ali versus Holyfield. What is it? McGregor versus what's that guy?
Oh, you thinking of Frazier?
Frazier. Damn
yeah.
it. What's his name? George Frazier?
No, it's so Muhammad Ali did fight George Foreman. You're not wrong there.
Yes. I knew I wasn't completely
God, it was
spacing. Ali versus
Joe
Frazier.
Joe Frazier.
Ali
And
versus Frazier.
Holyfield was Tyson.
Tyson and Holyfield, the matchups, between these heavyweights slugging it out. Please excuse my slightly inebriated, gin-induced brain right now, not being able to connect the dots here. Heavyweight slugging it out. They threw a lot of haymaker punches late in that game, Tech responded. They absorbed them, and maybe that's a reflection of their coach Mark Adams, who actually did, is a boxer, has a Golden Glove. I mean, dude,
That's right.
Dude, he knows how to box. He knows how to throw down. He's always got his hands up and ready to squab and ready to square up. Maybe it's a reflection of the coach's mentality, but we took punches late in that game and we responded every single time. I think it shows the tenacity and the toughness and the willingness of this team to respond at a high level and really, finish this game out. That's a testament to a team that is growing and developing and trending in the right direction. So I'm sitting there in the back to the story. I'm sitting there in the deer blind, and second half rolls around. And I'm getting updates on my phone. I'm watching the live feed, and then I'm also getting snippets of actual video footage of the game. And I'm texting Nick. I'm like, dude, my video footage just cut out. What's happening? Anyways, into the game, we're back and forth. I can feel the energy through the phone as deer just start piling in. 1 minute I'm on my phone, I'm tweeting out on Ramblin' Raiders. I look up, I'm covered in dough.
The biggest deer he's ever seen in his life, but he chooses to watch the Kansas game.
I'm covered in dough. I'm covered in bucks. And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm too dialed in on this huge dub that's about to go down.
Just like Scottsdale, you're covered in bitches.
I was covered. Oh, God. Oh, see, and now that's something our YouTube subscribers are going to get. Well, actually, I guess we're on audio as well. But, hey, that's the premium content that you asked for. We were covered in does. Covered in does. Yeah, we'll say does. Covered in does. And maybe some bitches. Anyways, we're out there I'm out there having a good time. Lane, my dad, everyone's hunting. We're all texting, trying to figure out the end of this game. And all of a sudden, I look at my ESPN app and it says TJ Shannon made layup. And I'm like, okay, so we decided to play Shannon the last 3 minutes because he's that clutch and came in and sorry. It said he made 2 free throws. And I'm like, did we sub him in just to shoot free throws because he's that ice? He has that much ice in his veins. He's that ice. Then the next notification was Ethan Duncan foul on one of their players. And I'm like, okay, Adams just completely lost it. He's playing Ethan Duncan. He's playing everybody. He's clearing the bench. What the hell? And then finally I get the live feed at the end. Banner had gotten a rebound. Someone, I think it was Nadolny goes, makes 2 free throws. Williams or somebody else makes 2 free throws. We're up 8. We ice the game.
Yeah.
Beautiful dub, but very stressful for a man sitting in a deer blind covered in all sorts of deer. Just a complete myriad. Yeah, there we go. Of deer that I'm sitting there watching, and couldn't be prouder of this team, man.
We have a question.
Nick, let's get to some questions, and I'll give a little breakdown, or at least my opinion on some of
We
that.
got Red Raider Mitch asks, big question. Do we see TJ Shannon at all the rest of the season?
So actually, I see Austin Massey had an LMAO.
Yeah.
Austin, what's up, dude? We have a little whiskey in your honor as y'all listen to our episode that's going to come out tomorrow morning. Yeah, you'll hear Austin talk about his days back in Lubbock conference, chimneys, all that.
He frequents.
He's a whiskey man, and so tonight, if somebody, I'm just going to wait till somebody asks of it for Nick to take a shot because Nick's always looking to take a shot. This one will be in honor of our boy Austin Massey, but I forgot where I was going with that. What was the question?
Do we see TJ Shannon the rest of the season?
That was it. So earlier we talked about this with Austin. This injury is starting to become somewhat of a pretty big concern. I mean, Austin is much more in the know than we are, and kind of dialed in with direct Texas Tech personnel that can speak on and relay this information. He thought TJ was going to be good by the start of conference, and he still has not shown any signs of, or we haven't heard from the coaching staff that he's going to be available, that he's going to be able to play anytime soon. Nick, I'll let you speak on it, but our episode coming out in the morning, Austin put it pretty greatly. This is starting to be a pretty significant concern when your best player, he's been out, 3 weeks now?
When your best player thinks he's a Pirate.
And at one point, he thinks he's a Pirate, dude. He's kind of got the Captain Jack hair going on right now.
He does. He has some fuzz in his hair.
He's got the braids going.
It's becoming a problem. As with any back injury, especially spasms, that's not an injury you get over. It's like a hamstring, right? It keeps coming back for more. And so,
should we plug Ferguson Chiropractic right now?
We used to have a sponsor,
Keep going.
Ferguson Chiropractic, that would take care of TJ.
TJ,
Shannon.
if you're listening to this, Ramblin' Raider, friend of the pod and sponsor, Ferguson Chiropractic, they'll get your back right. Nick,
it's becoming a problem. Who knows if we'll even see him. And I feel bad for the young man because this is a guy that definitely could have gone pro. I don't know if he gets drafted in the draft, but he gets picked up by a team, right?
Yeah.
He plays summer ball. He gets picked up.
He will, but it hurts his draft
he's making
stock for
some money.
sure.
Obviously, NIL deal, he's making some money anyways. But yes, it's hurting his draft stock and his next step, which is the dream of playing in the NBA or an equivalent pro team. And, I feel for the kid because he's sitting on the bench now, right? In a season that's supposed to be elevating his draft stock. And so, it sucks as a fan
he's
for
a go-to guy.
wanting him to be in there to score, score points for us and to win ball games for us. But it also sucks for him personally because, he wants to be out there. But
yeah.
No, get your back cracked, Austin Massey says.
Yes, dude. I'm telling you, Ferguson Chiropractic will take care of you. They can do adjustments, the back cracking. They got the heating pads. I used to go when I was younger and had some back issues, and they got me right as rain. So, yeah, that's a concern. Austin said it. We're saying it now. He's been out, I want to say, and someone can clarify or check me in the chat if they need to, but I want to say he's going on 3 or 4 weeks almost. It's getting to the a month out. That's tough to come back from. And so we really, wish TJ Shannon the best and we're praying for him. We hope he, is able to recover and get those back spasms or whatever it is under control.
He didn't play in the Gonzaga game.
Nope.
So it's been a while.
That was I think the first game he was out, right?
His last game might have been Tennessee. Did he even play in MSG? He did.
Yes. No, he played against Tennessee.
That might have been his last game because then we went home and we played like Alabama State, I think.
We had a couple scrub teams. Yeah, a couple scrub teams that I think he got a little PT, but no, he's been out since Gonzaga for sure. Thumb drive. Yep, right. 3 or 4 weeks.
So somebody wants me to take a whiskey shot. I'm gonna save that one for Jackson because he's been talking about whiskey all night. But I will take this Bombay Sapphire
thumb
shot.
He has not played since Ark State on 12/14. Thank you for that, Austin, tuning in. So, yeah, there you have it. Today is January 10th. We're almost exactly a month out, and I don't believe TJ Shannon is going to be playing tomorrow. I think Kevin McCullough might be available tomorrow, and if we can get him back, we got the rest of the guys firing and ready to go. But yeah, I mean, really worried for TJ. I hope he seems to be in good spirits. He seems happy on the sidelines. He's tweeting out, supporting these guys, fired up for these guys, and you just hope for a speedy recovery that he can get back out there soon.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take a shot now.
All right, guys.
I asked you for a.
Well, here, let me.
I asked you for a chaser, and I didn't get
Oh
one.
no, here I got you.
Oh yes.
You know me, dude. I'm not gonna.
I was about to chase it with water.
I'm not gonna completely just disrespect my man like that. And this is why you should follow us on Instagram. We got like some sort of inception going on. YouTube, Audacity, and Instagram. Nick,
Here we go, guys.
you gotta do it for the followers.
YouTube
buddy.
Live is getting wild. They asked for a shot, so here goes.
At one point in time, let's see that game face. Oh yeah, not bad, man. That's a man straight off of COVID right there. At one point in time, I believe a young female viewer asked Nick to take his shirt off, and he did it. He obliged because Nick is that diehard
No, that
for
was
the
Joe.
Ramblin' Raiders followers.
That was Joe Petrie that asked me to take my shirt off, and I did do it.
Dude, I know, but we gotta make it sound cooler, right? Oh, wait a second. Where?
Baylor game will be good. I think so. Thumb drive.
Okay.
Unfortunately, were we gonna get into the Baylor game? Or
Well,
no?
here, let me just give some thoughts on the Kansas game that I wanted to get to. One, Mark Adams is who we thought he was. And again, I know it's early. Lane would say maybe, hey, you might be being a little hyperbolic. Let's not be reactionary to one game. But Nick, as you and I found out earlier, thanks to again, Ramblin' Raiders correspondent and friend Austin Massey, quad 1 wins. That's what we're after. Okay, we want the quad 1 wins. We got 2 of them now, and Kansas being a top 10 team, significant resume builder come tourney time.
That's a great point.
When we roll around. I mean, that is a huge tournament. Tournament builder, but
That almost-
season defining
Yeah.
win. That's massive, and it's still early. We got plenty of time to prove ourselves.
Yeah, that's I believe our second top 15 win of the season,
Yeah.
and so
Tennessee and Kansas are our 2 quad 1 wins.
although Tennessee is kind of slipping at this point, they lost to LSU this past Saturday.
LSU's good though,
And they look good.
Yeah.
LSU looks good.
They're
It's
solid.
not to downplay LSU basketball, but this is a huge that was a huge resume builder for the tournament. Anytime you beat Kansas, we didn't beat them last year. I think the year before that we did. Anytime you beat them, that's gonna put a check mark next to the tournament bid.
So what do we know about Mark Adams so far? When he was under Chris Beard, his defensive scheme, in the defense that he had implemented and was
His
helping
culture,
Beard
too.
run, his culture, clearly that has carried over to him being the head coach. This is what happens when you drink when you go live. You get the
Easy, buddy.
you get the uppities. His culture has transferred it's not transferred, it's come with him. He is who we thought he was. He brought that defensive street dog mentality and mindset, and our defense travels. You hear that there's a commercial joke about it where parents, they start coaching their kids in Little League, and next thing they know, they find themselves saying defense wins championships, defense travels. It's true. We can joke about it, but we know what Texas Tech is going to bring on that end of the court, and it's going to keep us in ball games all year, Nick. It's going to be our bread and butter, our pride and joy. And I would much rather have a team that isn't just completely dependent on their offense, because offense can go cold. You can have cold shooting nights. You want to have that foundation and that elite defensive effort night in and night out. We got it with Mark Adams.
Yeah.
We have it 100%. These guys, in the KenPom ratings, our adjusted defensive efficiency, we're ranked right up there, top 10, maybe even top 5. Texas Tech's a beast on D.
Yeah.
We got that with Mark Adams. We've seen it for years. X's and O's. I'm willing to say this, and I'm going to make this proclamation on the podcast. Clearly, X's and O's, Mark Adams, to me, has showcased that he is better than Chris Beard at X's and O's. Late game situations prior with Chris Beard. At Kansas, terrible play to Jemias Ramsey. This is 2 years ago. To Jemias Ramsey that couldn't get off, didn't figure out, not any good. National championship game. coming down. We have last second shot before possible OT. What does he do? Some whirly-der, winky-dink play with Culver where he doesn't even set up any kind of off-ball motion and just a free-for-all. Not great. We've seen it time and time again. Late game situation. Chris Beard didn't necessarily deliver. Hell, some can argue, I mean, we got a great look, but Arkansas last year, last play of the game, do you call a timeout there? Do you let him go? We did get a decent look. I won't fault him there. But still, what Mark Adams has showcased out of timeouts, throwing a surprise zone at Bill Self, flustering the other team, catching them off guard, inbounds plays, needed a monster inbounds play. He runs an against Iowa State. We got to have a bucket. What does he do? He's got a kind of backdoor cutter that's second, third option that you wouldn't think about, and they're programmed to give it to him for a wide open shot because he's got his team dialed in and focused. And he's got a bunch of false motion or what's what I'm looking for? It's not fall.
I can't help you.
I'm sorry, dude. Drinking on the pot. This is what gets us. But it's like I'll come around to it at some point. Like trick motion, kind of false motion to have the other team focus on that instead of a guy that's unsuspecting backdoor cut, wide open play. These kind of plays and the X's and O's and the intricate details that Mark Adams implements into his schemes, I've been so thoroughly impressed. And pardon my absent-mindedness when it comes to what I'm trying to say on that inbounds play, but I'm so impressed with his ability to game plan, to adjust, and to really have Texas Tech. The guy he's doing amazing work as a head coach right now, and that's not even talking about his off-the-court abilities that he's clearly showcasing as well. So
right.
Mark Adams, difference maker. Bryson Williams, we saw finally, he's Kansas's daddy. He is Kansas's daddy 110%. We saw what Bryson Williams can do on offense, what he's capable on offense as he went for, I believe it was 19 against Kansas. It's got an ESPN.
I think he went for 18.
Was it 18?
Unless there was a free
He
throw.
was huge in that game.
22.
But
And 8 rebounds.
Surpassed Nick and I's wildest expectations. 22 points and how many? 8 rebounds?
Yeah, 8 rebounds.
8 rebounds. If Bryson Williams can continue to bang down low and contribute, now he doesn't even have to go for 22. If he can go for 15, something around there a game.
Yeah.
Bryson Williams coming on is massive. Adonis Arms has been, in my opinion, the most consistent player the last few weeks that we have. He's come in and provided an immediate spark. He can hit threes. He's good off the dribble. Sometimes in our offensive sets against Iowa State, it seemed to be a little stagnant, but Adonis Arms has given us a lot of good run on the offensive end of the ball that we can be proud of. And last but not least, this is kind of one of my last assessments with that game, Nadolny. Here's a guy in the environment in the world of college basketball we see today. It's all about, and this is just the world we live in. I'm not trying to downplay it or downgrade or by any means insult like people for this, but it's just the reality and the truth that we live in. It's all about instant gratification. Guys want to play. If they don't play, they leave. They hit the transfer portal.
Yeah.
It's, where's the best NIL deal? It's what can I do for me? And who's going to give me, who's going to provide for me exactly what I want. Nadolny has been an up-and-coming player in the Texas Tech, in the Texas Tech team, Texas Tech locker room. We saw moments, glimpses of brilliance. Big 12 tournament last year. Absolutely one of the dirtiest poster dunks I've ever seen from a Texas Tech player, showcasing his athleticism against UT.
Yeah. Ronald Ross, when we had him on the pod, was very high. This is coming off the 2019 championship run. Ronald Ross, very high on Nadolny.
Said he was a high motor, really high energy guy.
Yeah. Fran Fraschilla, high on. I don't know if you heard this in the Deer Blind, but Fran Fraschilla was talking about how he saw Nadolny when he was still like 14 years old, playing with a bunch of French guys in Dallas.
The French connection, baby.
Dude, he was so high on him. And this is Fran Fraschilla, ESPN.
So Nadolny's a guy who he's could have very easily transferred out and started on other teams. I mean, he's again a program guy, a contributor, but what has he done? He's waited his turn. He's trusted the process, stuck to the system, worked his way through that system. Some guys go down, he's next man up.
Waited for his time.
He's waited for his time, and he's trusted the process, trusted Mark Adams in Red Raider Nation, Texas Tech basketball community. What he did against Kansas, and really a lot of his hard work and what he was able to showcase against Iowa State, I am so happy for and proud of Clarence Nadolny, the French. I tweeted out the French Prince, and we got the French connection between him and our boy Daniel Bacho. Nadolny is a guy who is now he should see more minutes. He's earned more minutes. He's always been a guy with a high motor, high level player who contributes offensively and defensively. He is going to give you 110% every second he's on the court or supporting his teammates off the court. His stat line and what he was able to do against Kansas, I'm going to look that up real quick for y'all. 17 points. He had a couple assists, I think. I mean, he stepped into that true point guard role, and he has come through and delivered. Great win, team win, but great individual effort from Clarence Nadolny. So excited.
He led the offense. I don't know. I'm going to take somebody else's take that I saw on Twitter. I don't know who it was, but when Bill Self switched Kansas's defense in this game to a zone defense, Nadolny was out there directing traffic on offense and kind of running our offense and running point to help us break the defense by going, getting into the lower part of the post, getting Williams going, getting Santos Silva going. Nadolny was leading that charge of breaking the zone. Bill Self goes to that zone whenever he needs to switch it up, kind of how Mark Adams did in this game to throw Kansas's offense off.
Yeah.
Kansas did that to us.
Providence did it to us too.
Nadolny was the one to lead the team at that point and essentially run point and get it into the post and get it into Marcus Santos Silva, get it into Bryson Williams, and that's how they got going. And the rest is history. He only had one assist in this game. You mentioned he might have a few, but other than assisting, he made a huge impact on offense.
Things that you don't see, they don't show up on a stat sheet, but that are so invaluable to it.
35 minutes in this game too.
They're so invaluable to a team's productivity and their efficiency. So Nadolny is doing great. I also love what Adams did by getting Davion Warren at a high post flash situation, getting him involved, attacking the basket and one. He had that huge and one to kind of break the dry spell offensively for Texas Tech. He put some shooters in the corners. Davion, am I saying that right? Davion, right? Davion
Warren.
Davion, I always, first names, I second guess myself because I've gotten roasted so many times for my pronunciation of names. But Davion Warren, he is a zone breaker as well. He's got a quick first step. He can get to the basket efficiently. Davion Warren is absolutely a zone buster. And I'm so glad that Mark Adams, again, coaching inside expertise, utilized him in a high post setting, got him going to the basket where he can score or dish and get guys involved, get a little high-low action involved. Really just a great team effort defensively. Glad to see the offense make corrections, make adjustments, and be better in this game. Huge quad one win. And I think moving forward, we're ranked 19 now. I'm just going to say, kind of to get to our checkpoint in this season, this is a Texas Tech team that when they're playing at peak performance and when they got guys healthy, if we get McCullough back, if we get Shannon back, I truly believe they can beat anyone on any given night, given the circumstances, given that they're playing their best brand of basketball. Are they built to do that consistently over time? We will see. We'll find out. But look, I like if we can continue to do what we did against Kansas and put that and string together consistency and that level of play offensively. This is a team that can make a Sweet 16 run, a team that can make an Elite 8 run. And I'm excited to see where we go from here, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a point that we touched on earlier when we recorded that, this is a wild card kind of a season where we don't know who we're going to be playing in terms of rosters, right? there could be a team that goes down and has 7 guys play against us like we did against Iowa State on the road. Baylor matchup tomorrow, Tuesday. I don't know who's available on their squad, but they could have a COVID outbreak tonight and test positive tomorrow and only have
weird
2
year.
starters in.
Yeah, no, it's a weird year.
So you never know
who you're gonna get.
You never know. So at this point, Tech, we've gone through Tech's actually been very good football and basketball the past few years of dealing with COVID and not having issues. But we just went through our first wave of like guys not playing, guys sitting out and not traveling with the team. So hopefully we're past that, and it can be the other Big 12 schools that are going to have to deal with this from now on. But we don't know who we're going to be playing. We don't know what the rest of the conference play has in store for us. But what we saw from the Magnificent Seven back in the Iowa State game, we're going to be strong. We're deep. This is a deep team.
Yeah.
And it should be
healthy,
fun.
yeah.
It should be fun. We're coming into a week that we're playing 3 ball games. We got Baylor, we got Oklahoma State, and then we got who's the other team that we're playing?
We have Oklahoma State, Baylor, and Kansas State.
And Kansas State. So it should be a fun one. If you like Texas Tech basketball, man, it's going to be a fun week.
Big week. Austin said he's only gotten better. Talking about Clarence Ndolny, he's only gotten better each game. I agree. I mean, the more playing time he sees, the more development we see, and it's been honestly a very awe-inspiring thing to witness. This young man's growth and his commitment to this program, to this team, really outstanding. We're going to let y'all ask any more questions here as we get ready to close out. I did want to bring up one point, kind of jokingly, because Nick tweeted it out originally, and then I backed him up on Saturday talking about a little impromptu hot take segment here about storming the court.
Yeah.
And Nick will know what I'm talking about because Nick tweeted out that we got to be a part of some great storms. But our boy over at the Albie Shore, who does great work over at Tortillas and Takes, he kind of responded. We had another guy, I forgot.
What did it say about that? I didn't see any of this.
Mr. Cliff. You didn't see it on Twitter?
No, I didn't see any of this.
I forgot his name. Anyways, a guy, some outstanding young gentleman named Cliff, Red Raider fan. A couple guys responded saying, I'm so proud that we didn't storm because, it shows how far we've come along and what to be expected. And I sympathize. I can understand that narrative of, and this will be what we end it with, unless we get a couple more questions filing through here. But with the hot take, I just had to say because I thought it was funny because you kind of tweeted out originally, Nick.
Yeah.
I got to be a part of the OU Baylor Storms back in the 2014, 2015 seasons, and I wish I could storm today. We love. You said something like, "Let's storm all this." And we found out actually from a correspondent that is a student at Texas Tech and was there. The students were going to storm. They wanted to.
Absolutely.
But Bill Self was being, I call him Weak Sauce Billy. Billy Weak Sauce is what I tweeted out. Billy Weak Sauce had a bunch of escorts, had the police out there. They had it gated off. He was saying that the fans were being vulgar and a little obsessive and excessive. They're being a little excessive. And so he kind of shut that down, but they wanted to storm and they got, they were kind of halted in that effort because of Kansas's coaching staff. So I just want everyone to know the fans were thinking about it. I get the sentiment. I do. You're such a proven team and such a commodity, hot commodity in the basketball college scene nowadays that you don't, beating Kansas is just another win, right?
Another conference win, baby.
But here's the thing, and I get that. I'm cool with that. But one, we're down our 2 best players, and we're ranked 25th. Which, let's be honest, you're ranked 25th. Are you really ranked? Like you're the last man in. It's kind of like
for a few weeks too.
Yeah, for a few weeks, beating the number 6th ranked team in the nation, very highly coveted Kansas team that everybody's high on. So the implications are there, and the prestige of it's there. But 2, Nick, you can attest to this. When you storm as a student, for me, I get like the perception factor of it, of like, oh, we don't care. It's just another win. Students, it's a great bonding experience for players and students where you have that camaraderie, that fortitude of relationship where it's like, the players love that, dude. They love when the students storm the court. They're hyping them up. They're dapping them up. Everyone's taking selfies and videos. Dudes were shotgunning beers on the rim back in the day.
They were, yeah.
And it's like, for me, it's more about the celebration aspect of it. I don't give a damn what people say of like, oh, it's, we've been there, we've done that. No, it's for the students and it's for the players, man. If you want to party and celebrate a dub, I don't give a damn what the optics of it are. You get on the court and you celebrate, dude. You celebrate. You celebrate those players. You celebrate their hard work. You celebrate everything that they've accomplished in that victory. And I can tell you right now, the students enjoy it, and I know damn well the players enjoy it. And I'm always going to be on the side of the players. Let them enjoy that moment with the fans. You're never going to hear me talking illy on a Storm, dude, because I think it's a great moment of connectedness, man, and of camaraderie.
Yeah, no, great points. I think that anytime you get an opportunity to Storm, it's got to be like a top 10 team, right?
Yeah,
especially a top 5.
Don't be storming on like 11 plus. I'm totally getting for that.
In basketball, it's got to be top 10 for sure. But anytime you beat a number 6 team, Kansas especially at home, that's a season builder, right? You talk about the camaraderie that it builds between the students, the Raider Riot who shows out, and the team. This is a new team, new transfers in from Texas Tech. I think we have 7 or 8 transfers and another high school guy.
Let them experience that.
Exactly. Let them experience the USA to the fullest extent, and you got to Storm on that. I don't think it was only Bill Self that was causing the Storm not to happen. I think that the administrators were tired of paying the fines, and they actually put put bars.
They had like 20 dudes in yellow jackets.
It's like, well, that never stops anybody, but the bars that they put in front of the Raider Riot student section, that's new as of I think last year, and so that stopped it mostly. But we did get a little mini Storm after the team shook hands and Kansas went off the court. They did allow some students to come on and kind of jump around with the team, but it builds camaraderie. It builds a season, right? You want to have those momentum builders in the season, and if you're Texas Tech, like that's a perfect opportunity. So fuck you to whoever said that we shouldn't have stormed.
Hey, well, hold on. No, we got love for everybody, okay? We got love for them, but also kind of like, I mean, do we want to square up like Mark Adams? Are we willing to fight? Like, we will fight you. We will fight you over the idea, the concept that like we're too good to storm, because we're not too good to storm, man. Again, in a win like that, we can celebrate it after at the bars on Broadway. We can celebrate it whenever. But if you are a Texas Tech student and you want to shotgun a beer in front of Bill Self's face to celebrate a win, if you want to go up to Clarence Nadolny and dap him up and congratulate him on a great performance, Bryson Williams on a great performance, and have that bonded connectedness, man, and just that overall like high spirit and
that COVID connection.
That connection, baby, the French connection. You should be able to do that, and I'm here for it. I think the players love it. I think the fans love it, and if the shoe fits, so be it, man. And so I'm with Nick. 11, if it's outside the top 10, or if you're ranked in the top 10,
right?
That's also a little bit out of bounds. That's kind of a no-go. But overall, in this setting, 25, number 6. I think, and I'd be honest, I think if all the students are back and it's a full-blown, not in the winter break for Texas Tech, I think they do storm. And it's just, I want the players to have fun. I want it to be a moment of celebration and of jubilation, and for everyone to really have a good time. So we'll end on that note. I had to defend our honor, Nick's honor, Grambling Raiders' honor. That's why we believe in storming the court. You might even end up like our old roommate Tito, who was hunting with me at the Deerleys this weekend, and just drunkenly stumble back into the Texas Tech locker room and celebrate with the team.
He did.
And the team
True story.
The team was celebrating with them. Tech fans and players deserve that fandom, that relationship, and that experience. And I will never fault anybody on it. Okay, we're too cool for school. We're too good to do that. In a different circumstance, maybe, but in this one, no way, dude. Send them and let's have a good time with it, because it was a huge dub. And you better believe if we beat number 1 Baylor in Waco, whoever Texas Tech fans, they're better storm.
They better.
I don't care if it's 30 of y'all. Y'all storm Waco's court and let's get rowdy, beating the number 1 team in the nation, and making our presence well known. Nick, with that, you want a little bit of this?
No, I don't.
Oh, am I going to just go ahead and blow the roof off this bitch on a
I'll
Monday?
cheers you on a G&T on a Monday.
He's going to cheers it on a Monday, guys. This has been a great episode. 50 minutes. You know, Nick and I can spin it. And if Lane was here, we can spin it pretty long, even when we want it to be short, because we love interacting with our followers. Ramblin' Raiders media is on the come up. Texas Tech basketball is on the come up. Things are looking good. And even if we play a close game or we lose at number one Baylor and Waco tomorrow night, don't be alarmed. Don't be afraid, because this team is poised and set up to do big things this basketball season, man. And I want to cheers. I'm going to cheers it on our outro here.
Hold on. Let me get the Bluetooth going.
Also, I'm getting a bunch of texts about Nash and Bama money line. Good thing I already bet them before the game. Apparently, if you're not a diehard Raider and you're watching the national championship, we'll forgive you. But it's been a great episode, man.
It really has, but this
I'm going to take this shot and then throw up on our outro.
It's been too long, and this iHome is not connecting to my phone. So
oh, wait, I might be connected. Hold up. I've had this happen before.
we need to get Jane in there.
Jane, you say? Oh,
Yeah, turn that off.
yeah, I'm connected. How do I disconnect?
Sure.
And Nick's on it. We hope you all have enjoyed this. Remember to rate, review, subscribe. Follow us on all social medias and also our website, ramblingraiders.com. Check out our YouTube channel. You got a lot more of this coming on. Cheers.
This is really how we do it.
Cheers, lovelies.
We got Baylor on Tuesday. It's gonna be another
It
upset.
burns. Let's go, baby. Let's knock that number one ass out. Nick, we
Yeah.
out.
How we do it.
Jane, you say it's all over for you and me, girl.
Still live on YouTube. I'm gonna turn
Oh,
this bad
God.
boy off though.
Mm-hmm.
Don't incriminate yourself yet.
Oh God, dude, Crown Royal Black
Yeah, what was that?
hits.
Crown Royal
It hits
Black?
exceptionally, dude. It hits exceptionally different.